there, restaurant recipe lovers. Welcome back to The Daily Dish, a copycat.com podcast, where I help you recreate your favorite restaurant dishes right in your own kitchen. I'm Stephanie Manley, and I've been recreating your favorite recipes since 1995. First off, I want to thank everyone who's making our recipes, sharing the photos on social media. Those tags and comments really do make my day. Remember, you can always find the complete written version of today's recipe on copycat.com. We also place a link in the show notes of this podcast, so you don't have to worry about following along. It's all there for you. This way you get all the measurements, photos, and detailed instructions. Now today we are diving into one of Chili's most requested recipes, and that's Chili's Cajun Chicken Pasta. This creamy, spicy pasta dish is a longtime favorite, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make it at home for about half the restaurant price. You know, I've always wondered why this dish was so popular until I tried it in the restaurant. It is the perfect marriage of Italian comfort food and Cajun spice that creates something truly special. The best part? You can make it in about 40 minutes from start to finish, perfect for a weeknight dinner that feels like a special treat. Let's talk about what makes this dish so good. It is cooked and served immediately. Unlike a slow simmered pasta sauce, this cream sauce is made fresh in the pan, which gives it its incredible vibrancy. And since you make it right in the same pan where you cook the chicken, you get all the delicious brown bits that add so much flavor. For this, you're going to need boneless, skinless chicken breasts and some Cajun seasoning. Now, if you're watching sodium intake or don't like the heat, you can absolutely make your own Cajun blend and control the spice level. I've included a simple homemade version on the blog post, but store-bought works perfectly well too. Slap Ya Mama is a popular brand that doesn't contain MSG if that's a concern for you. This sauce is where the magic happens. It starts with butter and diced onions, followed with some fresh garlic. Then you whisk in heavy cream. Yes, heavy cream. I know some of us are watching our calories. I'll give you some lighter alternatives in a minute, but the original one uses heavy cream for that rich restaurant quality finish. Also, here's just a little tip. If you use heavy cream, it is going to reheat better. So if you're going to have leftovers, I always use the heavy cream because it's much more forgiving when it's reheated. For those of us that are watching our calories or fat intake, you can substitute half and half for the heavy cream. The sauce won't be quite as thick, but it will be delicious. Another option is to use evaporated milk with a little cornstarch slurry to thicken it. I've tested both, and while they're not identical to the original, they are really good alternatives. For my gluten-free listeners, this recipe works perfectly with your favorite gluten-free pasta. I've had great results with the Jovial brand, but you use whatever you prefer. Now let me share a budget-friendly tip. This recipe is perfect for using up leftover rotisserie chicken. Just warm the chicken in the sauce for the last minute or two. You'll save time and money. And speaking of saving this money, making this dish costs about $10 to $12 for 4 servings. But compared to the restaurant, you're going to pay about $18 for a single order, plus drink, plus dip, plus all the time you're going to spend going out. Plus, when you make it at home, you can customize it exactly how you want it. One listener, Barbara from Ohio, emailed me to tell me she adds broccoli and mushrooms to make this a complete one-pan meal for her family. Great idea, Barbara. Other vegetables that work well include bell peppers, zucchini, or even some fresh spinach stirred in at the last minute. Now let's talk about how you can improve your chicken. chicken cooking technique. Restaurant quality results tend to not. Nope. Let's talk about how you can make your chicken just like they do in a restaurant. Restaurants tend not to overcook their chicken, so I recommend using a meat thermometer and cooking it until it just reaches 165 degrees. If you're concerned about uneven cooking, you can always pound your chicken to an even thickness. This is a great way to ensure even cooking. Once your sauce is ready, you'll add in the cooked penne pasta. I like to cook my pasta until just al dente or even a minute less. It'll continue to cook slightly when you add it to the hot sauce. This way you avoid mushy pasta, a major restaurant copycat no-no. The finishing touch is what really makes a dish special. You will top it with diced fresh tomatoes, chopped parsley, sliced green onions, These fresh elements add color, texture, and a brightness that really balances the rich sauce perfectly. And if you want to make this a restaurant-style experience, serve it with some garlic bread on the side. There's nothing better for sopping up any extra sauce. A simple green salad with a light vinaigrette makes this a complete meal. Now, I love to hear how you adapt these recipes to make your own. Janet from Florida told me she makes a double batch of the sauce and freezes half for another quick weeknight meal. Just thaw, reheat gently, and add fresh parsley and topping. A brilliant time saver. Another listener, Margaret from Texas, says she uses the same sauce as a base for other pasta dishes. Then she adds different proteins and vegetables depending upon what she has on hand. That's exactly the kind of kitchen creativity I love to hear about. I hope you're feeling inspired to try this Chili's Cajun Chicken Pasta at home. Remember, you'll save about half the cost of the restaurant version, and you can customize it exactly to your family's taste preferences. Whether you follow the recipe exactly or you put your own spin on it with different proteins or added vegetables, I'd love to hear how it turns out for you. Drop me a comment on the blog or tag us on social media with your creations. And don't forget, you can find the complete written recipe with all the measurements, photos, and detailed instructions on copycat.com, or simply click the link in the show notes for this episode. Now, I've included my recommendations for the Cajun seasoning blends that I love and some extra tips for getting the perfect restaurant quality result every time on the blog post. Until then, it's Stephanie Manley from copycat.com, helping you bring the restaurant experience at home. After all, why go out when you can make it at home?